Ahoy hoy fellow bookworms and welcome to my bookshelf tour. Before you ask, yes, I'm wearing a onesie. Why? Because it's cold and onesies are comfortable. Anyway, just before we get into the whole bookshelf tour, obviously I have color coordinated shelves, so there's no real system of organization to my bookshelves apart from color, and I know there are a lot of people who don't like rainbow bookshelves because it does require separating books that are a part of the same series, but I love it. It's got that bookstagram aesthetic, so I can't complain. Apologies in advance as well because I am literally so terrible at pronouncing names. Just names in general. Apparently I really struggle with them, so it is completely inevitable that in this video I'm gonna butcher a name or two. Just thought I would give you guys a heads up, but anyway, let's just get into this. So we'll start up here with my white shelf, and I'm sorry if this is a little unsteady guys, but I'm standing on a chair so it could get a little wobbly at some point, but I'll try my best to keep it steady. Nevernight by J. Kristoff, Throne of Glass and Empire of Storms by Sarah J. Maas in the paperback editions, The Lovely Bones by Alice Sebold, Everything Everything by Nicola Yoon, The Final Empire, The Well of Ascension, The Hero of Ages, and The Alloy of Law, all by Brandon Sanderson. Very Good Lives by J.K. Rowling, A Darker Shade of Magic by V.E. Schwab, The Lover's Dictionary by David Levithan, Reasons to Stay Alive by Matt Haig, Volume 1 of Tokyo Ghoul by someone clever whose name I cannot pronounce, Orange the Complete Collection Book 1 by Ichigo Takano, The Princess Bride by William Goldman, and finally Infinite Jest by David Foster Wallace. Onto the second shelf now, and this is actually probably one of my favorites because it's got a really cute color order on it. We have Strange Weather in Tokyo by Hiromi Kawakami, The Fry Chronicles by Stephen Fry, 1,000 Pieces of You, and 10,000 Skies Above You, both by Claudia Gray, George by Alex Gino, Flawed by Cecilia Ahern, Slasher Girls and Monster Boys by a whole bunch of authors that I'm not going to list, What I Talk About When I Talk About Running by Haruki Murakami, The Goldfinch by Donna Tartt, John Dies at the End by David Wong, The Help by Catherine Stockett, Animal Farm by George Orwell, Dreamology by Lucy Keating, Think Less, Live More by Anita Drink, and this one's funny because actually it has a flask inside it, and I bought this at Typo because I thought it was hilarious. But I'm actually too paranoid to put alcohol in it because what if somehow it leaks and gets gross sticky alcohol all over my books? I don't think I could handle that. This Shattered World by Amy Kaufman and Megan Spooner, A Totally Awkward Love Story by Tom Ellen and Lucy Everson, Anne of Green Gables by L.M. Montgomery, Perfume, The Story of a Murderer by Patrick Suskind, Wuthering Heights by Emily Bronte, The Strange Library by Haruki Murakami, Furthermore by Tahara Murphy, Cloud Atlas by David Mitchell, and The Knife of Never Letting Go by Patrick Ness. On to shelf number 3, and no one's ever asked me what my favorite shelf is, but if they did, I would tell them that it's this one. I just love that this shelf is entirely red. I think it's really vibrant and it just looks super cool. On this shelf we have Eleanor and Park by Rainbow Rowell, My Life on the Road by Gloria Steinem, Extremely Loud and Incredibly Close by Jonathan Safran Foer, The Amazing Adventures of Cavalier and Clay by Michael Chabon, Dark Matter by Blake Crouch, Wolf by Ryan Gordon, Flowers for Algernon by Daniel Keyes, Sputnik's Sweetheart, and Norwegian Wood, both by Haruki Murakami, Days of Blood and Starlight by Laini Taylor, All About Love, New Visions by Bell Hooks. Next we have All My Vintage Classics, Catch 22 by Joseph Heller, The Phantom of the Opera by Gaston Leroux, The Doors of Perception, Island, Chrome Yellow, and Brave New World, all by Aldous Huxley, Alice's Adventures in Wonderland by Lewis Carroll, Slaughterhouse-Five by Kurt Vonnegut, The Vivisector by Patrick White, and The Lost World by Sir Arthur Conan Doyle, Simon vs. the Homo Sapiens Agenda by Becky Albertoli, The Dream Thieves by Maggie Stiefvater, Soundless by Rochelle Mead, and Winger by Andrew Smith. On to shelf number 4 now, and this is where I dumped the books that are kind of brownie colored because I didn't really know where else to put them in my color order, but I'm actually pretty happy with how it looks. So we have American Gods by Neil Gaiman, Ruined and Rising by Leigh Bardugo, This Savage Song by Victoria Schwab, A Little Life by HANYA Yanagihara, Da Vinci's Tiger by L.M. Eliot, And I Darken by Kirsten White, Ready Player One by Ernest Cline, This Book is Full of Spiders by David Wong, The Circle by Dave Eggers, Illuminate by Amy Kaufman and Jay Kristoff, and Illuminate is literally Illuma Bay. It's the best book ever. The Wrath and the Dawn by Renee Ardier, and The Martian by Andy Weir. Shelf number 5 now. We have Monsters of Men by Patrick Ness, The Catcher in the Rye by J.D. Salinger, Brideshead Revisited by Evelyn Waugh, A Passage to India by E.M. Forster, Inferno by Dante Alighieri, Lolita by Vladimir Nabokov, The Adventures of Huckleberry Finn by Mark Twain, The Scorched Trials by James Dashner, Fahrenheit 451 by Ray Bradbury, More Happy Than Not by Adam Silvera, Harry Potter and the Cursed Child by J.K. Rowling, Jack Thorne and John Tiffany, Dreams of Gods and Monsters by Laini Taylor, The Secret Garden by Frances Hodgson Burnett, The Girl with All the Gifts by M.R. Carey, Carry On by Rainbow Rowell, Not If I See You First by Eric Lindstrom, Me Being Me is Exactly as Insane as You Being You by Todd Hassack-Lowy, The Kill Order by James Dashner, We All Looked Up by Tommy Wallish, The Handmaid's Tale by Margaret Atwood, and The Messenger by Marcus Zuzak. On to the next shelf, and this is one I'm not completely happy with because I think having the Maze Runner be super bright in the middle looks kind of stupid, but it's probably only me who's bothered by this. Along the front I have my set of dice from playing Dungeons & Dragons because I'm a super nerd and that game is so much fun. We have The Loose Ends List by Carrie Firestone, The 5 People You Meet in Heaven by Mitch Albom, The Unexpected Everything by Morgan Matson, I Know Why the Caged Bird Sings by Maya Angelou, The Retribution of Mara Dyer by Michelle Hodkin, Fangirl by Rainbow Rowell, The Disreputable History of Frankie Landau Banks by E. Lockhart, Uprooted by Naomi Novik, Blue Lily Lily Blue by Maggie Stiefvater, The Adventures of Robin Hood by Roger Lancelin Green, The Maze Runner by James Dashner, The Wind in the Willows by Kenneth Graham, Sense and Sensibility by Jane Austen, The Adventures of Sherlock Holmes by Sir Arthur Conan Doyle, and The Man Who Was Thursday by G.K. Chesterton, Air of Fire by Sarah J. Maas, which I have facing forward because it's pretty and green, but it's not actually my favorite book of the series. That award goes to Crown of Midnight. Since You've Been Gone by Morgan Matson, The Serpent King by Jeff Zentner, and How to Be a Woman by Caitlin Moran. Moving on to my blue books, we have Station 11 by Emily St. John Mandel, Worlds of Ink and Shadow by Lena Coakley, An Astronaut's Guide to Life on Earth by Chris Hadfield, The Ocean at the End of the Lane by Neil Gaiman, The Long Way to a Small Angry Planet by Becky Chambers, The School for Good and Evil by Soman Chanani, Aristotle and Dante Discover the Secrets of the Universe by Benjamin Alir Sains, A Madness So Discreet by Mindy McGuinness, Passenger by Alexandra Bracken, Young Elites by Marie Lu, Falling Kingdoms by Morgan Rhodes, The Raven Boys by Maggie Stiefvater, The Story of Forgetting by Stephen Merrill Block, The Smell of Other People's Houses by Bonnie Sue Hitchcock, These Broken Stars by Amy Kaufman and Megan Spooner, The Shock of the Fall by Nathan Filer, The Perks of Being a Wallflower by Stephen Chabotsky, Front Lines by Michael Grant, Siege and Storm by Leigh Bardugo, We Are the Ants by Sean David Hutchinson, The Emotional Life of Your Brain by Richard J. Davidson, The Phantom Tollbooth by Norton Juster, The Death Cure by James Dashner, The Sky is Everywhere by Jandy Nelson, and lastly we have Asleep by Banani Yoshimoto. On to shelf number whatever we're up to, and this is another one of my favorite shelves, mainly because it has my absolutely gorgeous Harry Potter box set on it. We have Peter Pan by J.M. Barrie, Challenger Deep by Neil Schusterman, The Yoga of Max's Discontent by Karan Bahaj, Wolf in White Van by John Darnielle, The Art of Racing in the Rain by Garth Stein, The Miniaturist by Jesse Burton, Half the Sky, How to Change the World by Nicholas Kristof and Cheryl Wadun. The Ask and the Answer by Patrick Ness. Daughter of Smoke and Bone by Lainey Taylor. The Rest of Us Just Live Here by Patrick Ness. All the Bright Places by Jennifer Niven. Wonder by RJ Palacio. The Call of the Wind by Jack London. Room by Emma Donoghue. The Sidekicks by Will Kostakis. Next we have my amazing Harry Potter box set. Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone. Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets. Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban, and this one probably has my favorite cover art of this entire box set. I just think this is absolutely stunning. Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire. Harry Potter and the Order of the Phoenix. Harry Potter and the Half-Blood Prince. And Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows, all by our Lord and Savior J.K. Rowling. Frankie by Siobhan Plaza. Shadow and Bone by Leigh Bardugo. Their Fractured Light by Amy Kaufman and Megan Spooner. The Bronze Horseman by Paulina Simons. And Cinder by Marissa Meyer. Now moving on to my black books. On the far left I have all 6 books of Death Note by Segumi Oma in the black editions. Then I have City of Bones, City of Ashes, City of Glass, City of Fallen Angels, City of Lost Souls, and City of Heavenly Fire by Cassandra Clare. Then I only own book 1 in the Infernal Devices trilogy, so I have Clockwork Angel by Cassandra Clare. Next we have A Court of Thorns and Roses and A Court of Mist and Fury by Sarah J Maas. Then we have Throne of Glass, Crown of Midnight, and Queen of Shadows, also by Sarah J Maas. Then I have Six of Crows by Leigh Bardugo, and excitingly, soon I'll be able to put Crooked Kingdom next to this one as well because it comes out today. The Argonauts by Maggie Nelson, The Night Circus by Erin Morgenstern, and Divergent by Veronica Roth. Insurgent, Allegiant, and 4, all by Veronica Roth. The Name of the Wind by Patrick Rothfuss, Yellow by Megan Jacobson, The Walled City by Ryan Gordon, Battle Royale by Kushan Takami, Egg and Spoon by Gregory Maguire, Dumplin' by Julie Murphy, Colorless Suzuru Tazaki and His Years of Pilgrimage, Kafka on the Shore, The Wind-Up Bird Chronicle, and 1Q84, all by Haruki Murakami. The Color Purple by Alice Walker, The Love That Split the World by Emily Henry, The Night We Said Yes by Lauren Gibaldi, I Am Pilgrim by Terry Hayes, All the Light We Cannot See by Anthony Doerr, and finally Milk and Honey by Rupi Kaur. Okay, so continuing on with my black books, this is now my bottom shelf, and this is also kind of the rejected books that maybe didn't fit in another color or something like that. The 100-Year-Old Man Who Climbed Out the Window and Disappeared by Jonas Jonasson, Sharp Objects, Dark Places, and Gone Girl, all by Gillian Flynn, and I'm pretty sure her name is actually pronounced Gillian, but I've spent so long saying Gillian now that I can't really change my ways. Night and Day by Virginia Woolf, The Grace Keepers by Kirsty Logan, Everland by Wendy Spinall, More Than This by Patrick Ness, The Girl on the Train by Paula Hawkins, The Time Machine by H.G. Wells, Give It Back by Danielle Esplin, Paradise Lost and Paradise Regained by John Milton, Black Beauty by Anna Sewell, The Unbecoming of Mara Dyer, and The Evolution of Mara Dyer by Michelle Hodkin, Ulysses by James Joyce, Trouble Is a Friend of Mine by Stephanie Tromley, and Me Before You by Jojo Moyes. And then over on the right I have Horror Store by Grady Hendrix, and Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone by J.K. Rowling and illustrated by Jim Kay. Onto my final shelf now, and this is where I keep all my comic books, and that's why it's only half full because I don't really have that many of them. So we have Anya's Ghost by Vera Brosgol, The Complete Mouse by Art Spiegelman, Books 1 and 2 of Persepolis by Marjane Satrapi, Nimona by Noelle Stevenson. These next ones will all fall over if I try to pull them out, but we have The Sandman by Neil Gaiman, then an illustrated version of The Thief of Always by Clive Barker, Volume 1 of Alex and Ada by Jonathan Luna, Volumes 1 and 2 of The Wicked and the Divine, Volumes 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 of Saga by Brian K. Vaughan and Fiona Staples, Volume 1 of Sex Criminals, Volume 1 of Deadly Class, and Volume 1 of Black Science. And then I have all 6 volumes of Scott Pilgrim by Brian Lee O'Malley. So that is it for my bookshelf tour, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, be sure to give it a big old thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. I upload videos Wednesdays and Saturdays, so I will see you on those days, I guess. Toodaloo!